No.
No, we're live.
There
I
we
got
go.
a notification.
There we go.
I'm gonna tweet
So
that shit.
if tweet that out. If you're joining us, you're gonna try to see us be college basketball analysts today on a professional podcast. But we're gonna have some fun today. You get to meet reigning Rana. I've always said her name wrong now for 8 weeks, and I just found out it was Rana. She never corrected me. That's a good sport right there. And then of course,
I thought it was Raina.
our regular podcast people here. But okay, so let's start things off right. Welcome to Into the Lab, Season 2, Episode 27. We're past the halfway point. We're rounding the corner here in the offseason of the NFL, but some big NFL action we're going to talk about in round 2. Mostly Steve, because the Patriots just keep spending money. I don't know where they find it. Jerry Jones has definitely influenced New England.
No, he didn't, because Belichick just writes a contract. I'll get to that.
And no tight end is safe. New England going full Chicago this offseason. So we're going to talk about that in round 2. Round 1 action, you get to meet Angela Most, reigning Rana is what you might know her by. She's waving down there. You're going to meet her in just a second. And then, of course, our college bracket fill out. If you are watching, that means you are interested in $50,000, or maybe you're trying to see what our picks are to win $200 in our BCMG challenge. But of course, let me introduce myself. I am Ernest Silva, the host of the Into Lab podcast. You already knew that because you're here, but I'm excited to be joining you guys again tonight. This of course, episode is brought to you by Blue Collar Media Group, which is the mothership of all motherships in the podcasting and sporting world. And it's brought to you by www.thrivefantasy.com, where you can put in your great prop bets and make your bets this weekend. All right, guys. Christian Wood is playing. That's the only thing I'm going to mention about the Rockets. But announcer, go ahead and bring us in so we can start this night off right. All right, host of the Frostbite Sports Podcast, joining us again, Jet Folk.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to all of this. Actually, I only really showed up to hear Steve's rant, so here we go.
I can't wait for Steve's analysis because he's unusually quiet in recent days, but he's going to go off today, and I can't wait. I'm predicting Steve says NFL championship at least once today. Davis, welcome to the show. The man, it's at Oklahoma State. He is fresh from watching the Big 12 tournament and joining us today. We haven't seen him in a while, but Davis, we're glad you're joining us. If you haven't watched his show, Saturday mornings, Davis Cordova.
What's up, guys? I know I haven't been on. I just came on to say I'm getting off right over here. But I just came
on to say that I'm getting off right over here.
Thanks
for telling everyone where you're driving, Davis.
That is our teaser of the week right there.
What exit is that, buddy?
Exit
19.
Steve, you should come play basketball with me. Like that's what I'm doing right now. It's about to play basketball.
He'll beat you, Steve.
I'm a little offended that you
a little
Steve
far
and
away
not
from
me.
you.
That's true. I'm surprised she didn't. Did you know Ashley was actually an all-stater in basketball, Davis?
Damn.
Oh, really?
Wow,
And
you underestimated me.
Wow.
Well, Ernest, I will say this on air. I don't have video. I don't have proof, but I will say this.
Oh, God.
And I know y'all are going to call BS on it, but
I'm calling
a couple days ago when I was in the gym,
that's bullshit.
I went 18 for 62 from half court. Okay.
Where? Come on now.
Hey, I have three guys that will back me up. I sat there and made
how much did you pay them?
The other day I went 17 to 54 myself. I mean, he beat me by one shot, but it was close.
I will send you a video after I'm done. I will send you a video.
Actually, Davis, I will play that video live. If you do 20 half court shots and you make 6, we'll guarantee you a $25 gift card on behalf of BCMT.
What? That's easy, $25.
All right, prove it to us, Davis. Let's move on.
All I have to say,
for next week to play back.
All I'm going to say is UCSB to the Sweet 16. Thank you, guys.
Wow. Let's talk about the sweetest voice on ITL. She's been sitting patiently, the all-stater herself, Ashley Garcia.
Guys, nice to be back on ITL. Sorry, Davis, you're here. You left just in time to miss that I'm not, in fact, an all-stater. But
she is not.
On the home courts, I stay scoring. So
Oh, I like that, Ashley. Ashley making some quick comebacks today. Really glad to have you back on today. The co-host of ITL, he is here. The man who called me Gene in the first episode, but in the second season became host. That is right. Your general, Steve Reisner. How's it going, bud?
Doing all right. I completely forgot you wanted to talk about college basketball on this show because I'm just here for round 2.
You still got to contribute, and we're going to talk about how round 1's going to go. You may not recognize her, but she is here on your screen. She's our featured guest of the week. Big shoes to fill after we talked with Chad the Deviant and Punishful Gaming. We now have reigning Rana, and that she also is known for some people in her life as Angela Most. But Angela, we're really excited to have you on today and meet you in round 1. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. Hi, guys. I'm really happy to be here. Really nervous. I may stutter. My voice will shake because it already is. My hands are sweating, but hey, I'm here. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I just have to ask you because I told you I was going to ask if you want to be called Angela or Rana, but I've been calling you Raina forever, and you've been so nice not to correct me. Is that just your general nature that you didn't want to correct me? I mean,
Yes, that's your general nature. You didn't correct me for an hour-long episode I called you.
That is true.
I have been called Reigning Raina. I've been called Regina. I've been called pretty much everything but Reigning Rana, except for those who know the name and the purpose behind it.
Regina.
Regina. That's the funniest one. I'm like, how do you see Regina? But I guess if you're reading it so fast, you might not, or if you had a few, it might kind of look like Regina after that. But I've never been one to kind of just confront someone in any nature, whether it's positive, or negative. So I'm just like, hey, whatever. I'm reigning Raina to you today. It's okay. Doesn't affect me one bit.
I mean, I think I've literally said it since we actually talked, and we'll talk about our history in just a second. But yeah, so I'm sorry I called you by the wrong name.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It definitely should have been the right one, but we're excited to talk to you. So, like I said, round 1 is going to be our featured guest, going to get some interview questions, and then we're going to do our bracket challenge. So stay tuned because the bracket challenge is where you can win free money. We're going to enter tonight's bracket into the big tournaments all over ESPN, CBS, Yahoo, anything that we enter money-wise. If this bracket wins, you get a slice of the pie. All you have to do is contribute a pick down below in the comments, whether Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and you'll be given a slice of the pie if we win the money. So stay tuned to that. Not to mention, BCMG is having its own challenge. So if you want your own bracket, go visit Blue Collar Media Group's Tournament Challenge. The link is everywhere. If you need it, it'll be on after the show. We'll be posting it with tonight's episode. So more to come. Announcer, let's ring the bell. Let's get things started off right, and let's get Angela's nerves out of the way right after this. That's the bell, and if you didn't hear it, that means you're not listening on the podcast. You're listening live. So we're excited to start round 1. It is not a cowbell. It's actually a boxing bell, or one of those. Cowbell. Yeah, we do need more cowbell. But we have reigning Rana with us here on ITL. I'm going to say it right the entire episode if it kills me. Angela, I'm going to call you Angela just for time purposes. Angela, we're excited to have you. And all of us are pretty much familiar with your stream. We have some clips we're going to show people tonight. But talk to us. What got you into streaming?
Oh, you know what? I has to be the start of the quarantine of the pandemic. I have she just turned 3. I have a 3-year-old and 2-year-old. So I was fresh after having a baby. She was a little younger, obviously, but I started a new job. And of course, I started this new job. I'm not even finished training yet. And they're like, hey, you have to be quarantined for who knows how long. And I have always been someone who has suffered from anxiety and depression. And I ended up stumbling across a streamer who I found had one of the most supportive communities that just provided nothing but positivity, love, and everything that I felt like I lacked during that time, and everything I felt like was really holding me back. And I made one comment to her saying, oh, I wish I could do this. And she's like, well, why not? And as soon as she sparked that, I'm like, okay, I have ideas, I have plans, I'm going to do this, because if you put yourself out there, like, you will find those people who support you no matter what you do and show that endless amount of support and love. And through streaming, I found that, and it's overwhelming. It also fuels my anxiety, but not in a bad way. So don't take it that way. But it just boils down to, I wasn't happy where I was with myself. I didn't love myself. And through streaming, I have not only found really great friends, they are now my family. I met you guys, and I am starting to feel more positive each day. So that's kind of why I started streaming.
I mean, that's got to be one of the best stories I've heard so far. So Chad and Matt, I got way outclassed. But I'm very when I first met you, I saw your stream. Now you were not like this, I have 10,000 followers type of streamer. You were like, I'm just this streamer. You sure you want me? And I was like, yes, because you have awesome content and you are hilarious. Just in a recent stream, you dressed up as a pirate and played one of the games that has been featured on your channel. So what came of the idea? Why dress like a pirate? Like, what was the occasion?
Well, okay, so one of my moderators is a huge Sea of Thieves fan. Like, he's leveled out already. He's just waiting on the next season to come out. Super crazy. But he would always send me clips of him just destroying other like ships and just getting into these crazy battles. And I'm just like, in another life, I wish I could be a pirate, because like that's always been something super cool. Like they're badass. Like, and I was a pirate for my 13th birthday because I'm a Halloween baby and I love pirates. I've always loved them. So he said, hey, I want you to get this game. I'm like, well, I don't have money for it. I just bought a PC. And he sent me stars to buy the game, which I thought was incredibly kind. And we streamed it together. It was him, my other mod, myself, and one of their friends. And I had to get in a character. I'm like, if I'm going to be a pirate, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to dress the part, because that's just the dream. So that's why I dressed up. I found a decent looking costume online and prayed it arrived on time, because I didn't want to announce it and get everyone's hopes up and then not be a pirate. So that's what kind of, I like to get into character. Like, I wanted to paint my face green for this, but I didn't. So like,
you should have. I'm sure your daughter enjoys that as well.
Oh, I dress up as a pirate, and I think every day for the last week, she's just like, Mommy, are you a pirate? And she runs around with the hat on. I'm like, not today. Maybe next time. I'm going to be this crazy lady dressing up as a pirate just to satisfy my 3-year-old.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, you run with a particular team. You have a group of guys that you're usually running with. Who's your usual team that you run with, whether it's Call of Duty or any sort of game you're running?
Well, Ghost Rider Gaming. He's a fairly new streamer. He's less than a month into streaming. I actually met him through that streamer I mentioned earlier, who kind of, and he is also a big part of my life, and he's one of my best friends now. I was trying to put myself out there in the streamers community and trying to play. I was a supporter. I was trying to play supporter games, and I couldn't find anyone to play with. And I actually was posting on her group page asking if anyone had room for me, and Jeff, who's Ghost Rider Gaming, said, hey, I have room for one. I have room for one if you want to join in. And that sparked the most amazing friendship I've ever had in my entire life. So him, my other mod, his name's Austin. He is a Twitch streamer. He hasn't streamed recently, so I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. But and then my husband actually is always in the party as well.
I tell you what, whether I'm watching with the team or I'm watching you do a pirate reenactment, you're always hilarious to watch, and you're so enthusiastic. So like when I get into your stream, you're always like, Ernest, what is up? And you're like, I'm sorry if I broke your eardrums, and like that's just super authentic. Before I open it up to the group and talk about a little bit more about you, where can people find you? I know we've had a couple of Twitch streamers, but you're a little bit different. Where can people find you?
I am on Facebook Gaming under Raining Rana. I don't stream on Twitch, but I have a Twitch to support my other Twitch friends. And originally that was a goal of mine to go over to Twitch, but I just found it super comfortable on Facebook. It doesn't mean I won't, explore over there one day. But Facebook Gaming, Raining Rana, that's where I'm at right now. I do have other socials that I'm learning how to use thanks to Ernest here. I had no idea what a Discord was or how to write a tweet or whatever. A tweet? Is it a tweet? Is that what it's called?
It is a tweet. You're on the right track.
That's No.
Twit. No, don't go that way.
No, I'm not. I couldn't repeat that. Nope. I almost did, but I did not. But yes, Facebook is my primary gaming platform. That's where you can find me. Yeah.
I tell you what you see on content right now, you can't see her wonderful face when she lights up and she's killing people. I know that's a terrible way to put it, but it's the truth. She just goes off. I'll open up to the group. What kind of questions do you have for our BCMG stream team member that's with us today?
So not so much of a question for me. I'm really new to the streaming world, thankfully through our blue collar media group. But I just want to give you kudos because I know I battle with anxiety myself, so I know how hard it is. And just kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you guys as just a group, like I truly I don't know how to word it. When people refer to me as their friend or their family, I take that very seriously because, oh God, don't cry. Because
the second streamer.
I'm
That's the second
not
one,
to.
guys. That's the second one.
Oh, you got a gift during this.
There are a lot.
Cry, bro.
I don't know what it is. There are a lot of times in my life where I felt alone when I wasn't, and I think that it's kind of like more the merrier kind of situation where I have all these unexpected individuals who are coming to me and are part of my life who I care about, and they're saying the same thing to me, like I care about you, you're a friend, you're a family, and I take it very seriously. So thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm trying not to cry. Hold it in.
You're definitely family. You wouldn't be the first streamer to cry, so you're absolutely okay to let that out. We're family here. Jed or Steve, before I ask the last question, you guys have anything?
Yeah, I was just going to ask her, coming into each individual stream, what is one thing that you really strive to bring to your stream that maybe other streamers might not?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. That's a really good question. Because I feel like a lot of streamers, or at least the ones I will watch, are very genuine and like out there and just put themselves out there. And I try to be super honest and tell my chat how I'm feeling that day. Like if I'm having a bad day, I'll be like, listen, I'm sorry, and I do my best to let them know where I'm at so that they know if I have to end the stream for whatever reason, they at least know, hey, she's good. Or, but for me, I try to create that sense of family. Like I try to let anyone know that I don't care if you've been in here for 1 minute or 1 year, you are equally as important as everyone here, and you are family regardless of where you're from, what you do, who you are, because I think everybody is special for their own individual reasons. And as someone who has felt unworthy of people in her life or love or whatever you want to call it, I don't want people feeling the way that I have felt in my life. So I try to provide the positivity and the support and love for those people that I at one point felt like I didn't have. So
that is a good answer to a tough question.
And I wouldn't expect anything less from Reigning Rana right there. That is why you watch her, folks. Facebook Gaming, go to her channel, check it out. I have one last question for you, unless Steve has something for you.
I
Steve?
got nothing.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
so
wow. What do you think about Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry both signing?
Oh my gosh, here we go. Don't answer that. Plead the fifth on that one, Angela. I got one last question for you. How jealous are you that I get to wear this stream team
I was
jersey
going to ask you to
you
turn
don't get
around.
to wear it?
What is the back? Let's see the back of it. Let's see it.
That's right.
Yes.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
I love it.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
That is it.
I know you said Thursday, but I'm the person who's been checking the mailbox like 20 times.
Oh, no, don't do that. Definitely the first person's getting it Thursday, but you'd be excited. You can catch this jersey and that awesome streamer on her streams almost nightly, but go check it out. Definitely, Raina, tell them about your schedule for this week. So if anybody wants to drop in onto your page, they can check you out.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm going on vacation this weekend.
Never mind. Scratch that, folks. You can't see her.
What? Oh no, I can't. Not just this weekend. I'm gonna be
kidding.
on other days. No. Tomorrow. What is tomorrow? What's today? Wednesday? Thursday? Okay,
Today's
tomorrow's
Wednesday.
Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I will be going live at 7 p.m. CST. We are just gonna do some Warzone. I've been switching it up a lot lately with playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls and Sea of Thieves and custom multiplayer, and I feel like Warzone is something that my community has been dying to see, so we're gonna hopefully have some good matches tomorrow. Friday through Sunday, unfortunately, I will be going to Indiana to see my father. I have not seen him since my grandfather passed away, so I think it's a much due time for a visit. And plus, my daughter keeps saying that she wants to see her Nana and Poo Poo. So,
that's perfect.
That's what she calls them because she can't pronounce anything.
Not mixed together though.
He loves it. If you can imagine, he just loves it.
We're very excited. Angela, you're going to stick around, I hope, that you get to build this crazy bracket with us. And so we thank you so much for joining us on ITL. I know most of your following was commenting on the stream, so we're excited that you have so many great people following you. But keep doing great work. One of the best up-and-coming, not only female, but overall streamers coming up in the gaming world. So keep an eye out there. That's Angela Most or reigning Rana. Go follow her if you're on the podcast. Go look it up right now. Let's switch it over to March Madness, which may be the exact same nature we are doing right now. That is right. We are going to build a bracket live right now on the air, and we're going to take all of your opinions to build the craziest bracket you could ever imagine on stream. So we're going to be logical about it, and we're going to vote 5 people, so majority rules, but you guys can pick the team and be the tiebreaker that goes the other way. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's get started with the Eastern region. And that's really hard to see. I'm going to try to zoom in here. Let's talk about the East. That's right. We have number 1 seed in the East, Michigan, going up against the play-in, which is between Texas Southern and, keep me honest, Jet. Who's that other team?
Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's.
That is right. Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's. So I will do my vote. We're going to go quick on this. I'm going Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, I think I have to take Michigan now.
Ashley.
Going Mount St. Mary's.
Angela.
I'm also going Michigan.
That's it. Michigan gets the first win there. Number 8, LSU against number 9, St. Bonaventure. Oh. I am going the Bonnies here. I'm taking the 9 seed, St. Bonaventure. Jet.
Give me the Bonnies.
Steve.
Yeah, let's fucking go, Bonnie and Clyde.
He's going Bonnies. Angela.
I want to be different. I'll go LSU.
She's going different this one. Ashley.
I would have gone different as well, but Bonnie and Clyde reference sold me.
All right, Bonnie's win 4-1. I am watching Facebook. If anybody's watching Twitter, let me know if anybody sways this vote another way. I know there's about a 20-second delay. We're going St. Bonaventure, though, for a 1-9 matchup. Colorado, the 5 seed against Georgetown, the 12 seed. I'll start with Ashley on this one. Let's go backwards.
Colorado, because I didn't get to go on my vacation thanks to Snowvid.
Okay, she's upset about that. Colorado. Angela.
I'm also gonna go Colorado.
You couldn't go on a vacation to Colorado in the winter because there was snow. There's fucking snow. There was snow in Colorado.
Wild story, Steven. Wild story. I'm from Texas, where the whole state shuts down at any sight of ice. So yes, I had checked in, and then 20 minutes later, Southwest canceled my flight.
Wow. She's going off, Steve. I'll just make your pick at this point.
I'm obviously harboring my feelings towards that canceled trip. So.
Yeah, I'm not Expedia.
Steve, Colorado or Georgetown?
I don't know, Georgetown, because there's the Georgetown project.
He's going Georgetown. I will tell you right now, we did get our first vote for LSU, which makes it tied. So if we get one more person to pick between LSU and St. Bonnie, or the Bonnies, then we are going to flip that if we can. Colorado just got a vote as well. So that makes it 3-1. Jet, your turn.
Well, I was going to pick Georgetown to be fun, but since Colorado's already winning, I'm just going to pile on with Colorado.
That's a 4-1, and I'm picking Georgetown, but Colorado's getting that win there, which really stinks because that breaks up my first bracket altogether. Let's go Florida State. Oh, it looks like we got another LSU bid. So LSU is flipping the script early. We get our first Labster twist here. So LSU wins that bid. Florida State, the number 4 seed against NC Greensboro. I'm going to start this one out. I'm going to take Florida State. I don't believe in this upset. Jet.
Yeah, Florida State for me as well.
That's 2 for Florida State. Again, if you're listening, you can change the course of history. We've already seen LSU break one. Steve.
I'm going to go Florida State because I've never heard of the other one.
Florida State has 3. Angela.
Florida State. I have no idea why, but I don't know the other one either. Never heard of it.
That's 4 for Florida State.
I didn't know that was a place.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not new. I've seen it before, but let's go Ashley on this one.
Yeah, I handle North Carolina. I'll go with them.
Okay, she's picking NC, so that's 4-1, and we got another Florida vote in our chat. So we're gonna go 5-1. Florida State gets the bid here. So far, because of the turn of fates, no upsets. BYU against the winner of Michigan State and UCLA. I am picking the winner of Michigan State and UCLA myself. So I'm going with the upset Jet.
Give me BYU.
He goes BYU. That's 1-1. Steve.
I'm going to go BYU. Not that I'm a big college football fan or anything, but I mean college basketball fan or anything.
Yep.
But I can't pick a team that I don't know which team it's going to be.
That's very true.
I'm just gonna pick BYU.
2-1 BYU. We have a fan vote for BYU. That makes it 3-1. Angela.
I'm gonna go with MSU UCLA because I have basketball next to it.
That's right. 3-2. Ashley.
I'm gonna go with UCLA as well.
She goes 3-3. Now we got another BYU fan in the chat. So that is 4-3. BYU gets the early pick here, but who knows what happens. If somebody's watching this and decides to comment, we will go ahead and go for it and change it. All right. Texas, Abilene Christian. I don't want to hear any blasphemy in this pick. I am picking Texas. Jet, you're up next.
Yeah, as fun as it might be to pick Abilene Christian because they do get steals and a lot of assists, you got to go Texas.
Thank you, Jet. Steve.
I guess I have to take Texas because you're that adamant about it.
Thank you, Steve. Angela.
Texas.
She goes Texas and Thundering
She's like,
Jay.
Jesus, she's gonna fucking cancel the shipping on my jersey if I don't take Texas. Yeah.
He's not wrong. Thundering Jay gets a Texas, gives us another Texas vote. That's 5-0. Ashley.
Texas.
That's beautiful right there. That's a Texas sweep. That's a BCMG guarantee pick. Texas over Abilene Christian. Run the spread up, -20. Connecticut against Maryland, the 7-10 matchup. I'm going to start this one up with Ash.
We'll go for Connecticut.
Connecticut gets 1 bid. Again, if you're just tuning in, you can change the sway of all of this. Give me your picks, and we're going to add it in there. Angela, you're up next.
Oh, I don't know. Let's go Maryland.
That's 2 for Maryland. We have 2 more in the chat for Maryland, so that makes it 4. Steve, you're up.
Yeah, let's go. I'm going Connecticut because that's near me.
He goes Connecticut. Jeff Robbins has now said Connecticut as well. Now Thundering Jay comes with a Maryland. That makes it 5-2. Jet, you're up.
Well, UConn's going to absolutely dominate on the board, so I got to go UConn.
It's 5-3 UConn. I'm picking UConn, but that just makes it 5-4 Maryland. So Maryland gets the upset first rounder here. One of our first upsets so far, and that takes us to Alabama, Iona. We're absolutely changing the fate of these teams. Alabama against Iona, 2-15 matchup. I'm taking Bama on this one, Jet.
Yeah, Bama.
Bama, Steve.
I'm going to go Alabama.
That's 3 for Bama. Ashley.
I'll go for Alabama.
That's 4. Angela.
Alabama.
And that's 5 for Alabama. So that's a clean sweep. Another BCMG guarantee is Alabama.
Don't guarantee things.
Alabama, Texas gets guaranteed. BCMG guaranteed picks. You can write it home. We have 3 more Bama. So that's 8-0 Bama. This is going to be really hard to turn over unless we get a slew or a raid of Iona upset fans. Let's talk about that matchup, though.
I'm sure there's a ton of Iona
I know
fans.
that. I'm sure that they're going to be triggered by this.
Yeah, it's lurking out there watching this show.
Let's run back up. We had picked the Bonnies to make round 2, but now we had to switch it to LSU because of the fan vote. So Michigan, LSU is the pick here. I am going to go Michigan because I figured they'd be playing the Bonnies. Going Michigan. Jet.
I'm in the exact same boat. Give me Michigan.
He's going Michigan against LSU. Steve.
I guess I'll go Michigan.
He's going Michigan. We're having a clean sweep here. Angela.
I'm also going Michigan.
That's 4 Michigans in a row. Ashley.
I also am taking Michigan.
That is a clean BCMG sweep. Again, if anybody comes in and we have enough on Twitter and Facebook, we can switch that around with that LSU pick. Again, I'm monitoring Facebook. Hopefully somebody else is monitoring Twitter if people are coming on there. That is 7 Michigans now. 2 more fan votes came in. So I'm moving Michigan through. That brings us to 2 picks who are surprising. Colorado, Florida State in the 5-4 matchup. I'm going to start with Ashley. Who do you have, Colorado or Florida State?
Colorado.
I do want to admit that LSU did get their first vote from Thundering Jay. Thank you, Thundering Jay. We have that notated 8-1 Michigan. She is going for Colorado, though, in the next matchup. Angela.
I'm going to go for Florida State.
That is 2 for Florida State. We get a fan vote. We have 2 fan votes for Colorado, so we are 2-2 here. Wait, no. 3-1 Colorado over Florida State. Steve.
I got to go to Florida State now that there's getting Colorado votes.
That is 3-2. We get another Dale Sorensen. Love to see you in here, buddy. That is 3-3 now. We're tied going into the tiebreakers here. Jet, who do you have, Colorado or Florida State?
Florida State.
That is 4-3 Florida State. I am also taking Florida State. Make it 5-3 unless something crazy happens in the chats. We have a Florida State-Michigan matchup in the Sweet 16. Let's head down a little bit here to BYU, Texas. BYU, the 6 seed, Texas, the 3 seed. I'm not going to put any pressure now. We got past the first round. I'm okay. I'm taking Texas over BYU. That's 1 Texas. BYU, nothing. Steve, what about you?
I don't really watch any college basketball, but
You're perfect for this then.
I'm gonna take BYU just because I don't want to pick
Texas BYU is tied at 1 there. Jet.
Gonna have to go BYU.
Wow, I'm insulted. 2-1 BYU. Ashley.
I'm going Texas, Ernest. I won't betray you.
That is right, Ashley. That's what I'm talking about. 2-2. Texas and BYU are tied, but here comes Tim with a BYU bid. That makes it 3-2 BYU. 3-3 as Thundering Jay took Texas for sure.
Let's go, Angela.
Angela, you're the tiebreaker as of right now.
I'm going BYU.
Yes.
She is going BYU. An upset pick.
I still want my jersey. Please.
Oh, man. I'm definitely contacting UPS right now. BYU with an upset. Chat, do the right thing. Do the right thing, chat. Come back for us. All right. Let's talk Maryland, Alabama. Alabama, the 2 seed. Oh, wait, we got a Texas. That makes it a tie. And by tiebreaker, we got another BYU. BYU gets us a 5-4 BYU right now. We need 2 more Texas votes. We're doing Maryland, Alabama now. We got a 10th Michigan vote, by the way. So Michigan at 10-1 up there. But Alabama, Maryland is the pick here. I'm going to go Bama in this one. Jet.
Yeah, Alabama.
That's 2 for Bama. Steve.
Sweet home Alabama.
That's 3 for Bama. Angela.
Alabama, please.
That's 4. Ashley.
Steve is killing me with these, so Alabama.
That is 5 for Alabama. A BCMG guarantee pick if these 2 teams match up. Frank Labuda comes in with the Texas, which means it is a tied 5-5 for BYU Texas. And house rules means Texas advances because tiebreakers belong to the show. What a beautiful thing to see Texas on a comeback. So we have now seen the Bonnies advance and then get taken back, and we've seen BYU advance and get taken back. But we have an intriguing 1-2-3-4 matchup coming up here. Michigan, Florida State. Oh my gosh, Kenny just picked BYU. You would, Kenny. That would come out from the Shooter Shoot podcast. A Tex. You know what, Kenny? Your vote doesn't count. I'm calling that one. Michigan, Florida State. Michigan, Florida State. No, he's just doing that to be a okay. We'll keep the rules, but I need all the Texas voters. Bring in Texas people. We need Texas to advance here.
You BYU people.
I know. Where are all those Rockets fans at, or someone?
I know. You would think.
I know you guys
are. Where are all those Zach Wilson stands?
You would think. Michigan, Florida State is the next one. I'm running with Michigan here. I feel Michigan's one of the best teams in this entire tournament. So I'm running Michigan. Jet, your turn.
Livers' injury finally comes up to bite him. Florida State beats them.
Wow, 1-1. Steve.
Jet knows more than me, so I'm going with Florida State.
What? So do I. We'll go 2-1 there. Angela.
I'm going Michigan.
That's a 2-2 good split right there. Ashley.
I'm going Michigan as well.
She's going Michigan. That's 3-2. We get a Michigan from Tim, a Michigan from Thundering Jay. We get a Florida State from Kenny. It doesn't matter how many times you put FSU. I'm only giving you 1 vote, Kenny. That's 5-3 Michigan over Florida State. Now we have the BYU Alabama matchup. Should be Texas. I'm waiting for more Texas to come in before we talk about this one. And so I'm stalling.
Alabama.
No, nothing. So let's talk Alabama BYU. I start this one off with Steve. He says Bama Jet.
I'm going to go BYU.
He goes BYU. This is ridiculous. Ashley.
Bama.
Dead.
She's going Bama. That's 2-1 Bama. Angela.
I'm going BYU.
She goes BYU. That's 2-2. I am going Bama. That's 3-2. Tim says Bama. That's 4-2. Kenny says FSU again. Come on. Thundering Jay says BYU. Kenny says BYU. We're tied 4-4, so we need a tiebreaker here. And I'm not counting your Florida State, Steve. You cannot go on there and get double the vote. Although that is a really good idea. Are you not on the blue collar account? No, that's got to be Kenny. That's got to be Kenny.
Dude, I'm here. What?
That's 4-4. I need one more on this BYU. Oh man, the Warriors are destroying the Rockets. There goes my spread. I need one more pick. We're waiting. We're gonna go house rules, Alabama, unless another Alabama BYU comes up. So this comes down to the 1-2 matchup. Michigan, Alabama. I'll start this one off. I am picking Alabama to win this matchup. Jet.
I'm going to take FSU.
Wait, we have a late arrival. BYU takes the cake. Brienne comes in with the final swoop.
Woo!
BYU. All right, so Michigan, BYU, Jet, going to ask you again. I am now taking Michigan, so it's your call. Is he frozen?
Yes, but I believe he took
I
FSU.
am going to take BYU.
He takes BYU. That's a 1-1 split right there. Steve.
I'll take BYU.
BYU, that's 2-1. Angela.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Michigan on this one.
That is 2-2. I agree with you. We have a Michigan from Tim, and we have a BYU from Kenny. Kenny, I'm not going to take Blue Collar's account unless you can prove it's not you. That's 3-3. Ashley, on to you.
Michigan.
She takes Michigan. Michigan advances, and we got another Michigan. So it's 5-3 Michigan. If we get like 3 more BYUs, we'll come visit it again. Michigan makes it to the Final Four. Let's go to the Midwest. Illinois, Drexel in the top part here. I'm going Illinois. Let's zoom through this one. Jet.
Yep.
Steve.
Yeah, let's go with Illinois.
Angela.
I live in Illinois.
That's 4. Ashley.
I live in Illinois.
Illinois.
She goes Illinois. That's 5-0 Illinois. We're going to clean sweep that one. This one should be fun. Remember, who is it Sister Jean? Is that who it is?
Yep.
Sister Jean is in the house. Loyola Chicago getting the blessing from Sister Jean, going up against Georgia Tech. We have 2 more Illinois, make it 7-0. All right, and we got, of course, Kenny chooses Drexel. Loyola Chicago against Georgia Tech. I'm going Loyola Chicago. I think that's a really good team. Jet.
They're both good teams, but I think Loyola is a little better.
That's 2-0. Georgia Tech for Kenny. I'm giving him that 1 vote. Steve?
Fine. We'll go Loyola Chicago.
He goes 3-1 Loyola. And Angela?
I'm going Georgia Tech.
She goes Georgia Tech, and so does Tim. So that makes it 3-3. Ashley?
I'm going to go with Loyola Chicago because you said that's a good team.
Absolutely. And we get a 4th Georgia Tech from Thundering Jay. So we are tied 4-4 with this. And we get a Georgia Tech gets the tiebreaker with Brienne. So Georgia Tech advances. The fans have spoken. We are literally changing fate here. Loyola was going to go twice, and all of a sudden they didn't. Kenny's typing Duke. Duke.
Really?
Duke,
we're not
Duke
actually affecting what happens in the games.
You don't know that, Steve. You don't know that. Sister Jean may not show up on the court, and that's going to show why Georgia Tech got picked today. You just never know at this point. You just never know. Tennessee, Oregon State. Let's run through this one. I am taking Tennessee, although I was flip-flopping on this one. Those who are filling out brackets, I do want to recommend Oregon State is a very good tournament team, but I'm taking Tennessee. Jet.
Tennessee's an elite defense. I'm going Tennessee.
That's 2-0 Tennessee. Steve.
I really like Oregon State's football team, but Jet knows more than me, so I'm going to take Tennessee.
3-0 there. We got 2 Oregon State bids. Angela.
I'm pretty sure my friend Thundering Jay lives in Oregon, so we're going Oregon State.
She goes Oregon State. It's 3-3. Ashley.
My cousin's in Tennessee right now, and I shout out Alex wherever you're at, but I'm going with Tennessee.
We are 4-4 tied again. Brienne goes Oregon State, and another tiebreaker goes to the chat.
Woo!
That is Oregon State pulling the upset. And Thundering Jay has confirmed he does live in Oregon, so we are now conversing with our chat, and I am absolutely about it. I feel like a streamer right now. Oklahoma State goes up against Liberty, and Jet does get 2 votes every round. Kenny's making fun of Steve just copying Jet. That is funny. Oklahoma State against Liberty. I'm running OK State. Shout out to Davis Cordova, who had to handle that loss against Texas very well. Jet.
Yeah, just based off that loss alone, I have to go with Liberty in this game.
1-1, Steve.
I didn't think I was going to end up. I swear I'm not just copying Jet with this one. I was just going to take Liberty to troll Davis.
Oh, my gosh. 2-1, Liberty. Angela.
I'm going to go with Liberty as well.
That is 3 for Liberty. Kenny goes Liberty. That's 4.
Give me Liberty or give me death.
Tim goes Oklahoma State. Thundering Jay goes Oklahoma State. So that's 4-3 Liberty. Ashley, comes down to you.
Well, I don't think they're from New York, but I'm going with the Liberty.
Wow.
That's the way to go.
5-3 Liberty. I guarantee you Davis is about to call in. Like, I guarantee
Davis is about to come back on the show.
we are in serious trouble here. San Diego State and Brienne
goes
goes Liberty. So that's actually 6-3 Liberty. Sandy, if this bracket wins, I mean, we deserve the money at this point. San Diego State against Syracuse. Very good matchup. Syracuse, a very good tournament team. San Diego State has struggled. I'm taking Syracuse for the upset. Jet.
One of the closest games in this first round, but I think I'm going to lean San Diego State here.
That is 2 for San Diego. 1 for San Diego State, 1 Syracuse. Steve.
Just so I don't get accused of copying Jet, I'm going to say Syracuse.
He's going Syracuse. 2-1 Syracuse. Angela.
Let's go San Diego State.
She is going San Diego State. That is 2-2. Ashley.
I'm going to go with San Diego State.
She is going with San Diego State. That's 3-2 San Diego State. Let me check my chat here. I'm just replying to everybody here. We have 3-2 San Diego State. We have another San Diego State. That makes it 4-2. We have Thundering Jay picking Syracuse. That's 4-3. Somebody asking, why in the world are we picking Liberty? We're idiots. Thank you, Reg. We appreciate that. And so that means, by my count, San Diego State gets the advancement. So that's 5 for San Diego State. So we are pushing them through. San Diego State wins their seat there. That takes us to the other Big 12 team, West Virginia, the number 3 seed against Morehead State. I'm going to start this one off with Ashley. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with Morehead State.
She's going with Morehead State. Just want to recap on the last one. It's now up to 6 votes for San Diego State. Thank you, Reg. Keep them coming, Reg. We want to make sure we get the best picks. Now at Morehead State, West Virginia, we have the upset number 14 seed. Morehead State gets the first bid from Ashley. Angela.
I thought the logo for West Virginia was the Wonder Woman logo, so we're going to go with them.
That is a good one right there. 1-1, and we have another West Virginia in the chat. That is 2-1. Steve, you're up next.
I can't go for the Mountaineers. I got to go with Morehead State.
He goes Morehead. That's 2-2.
I'm a PC fan, so.
We have another West Virginia vote in the chat. That's 3-2. Jet.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
That's 4 West Virginia. Reg says West Virginia. That's 5. I make it 6. West Virginia advances to take on San Diego State. We're moving to Clemson Rutgers, which is a good feel-good story with the Rutgers if you've been following them. Clemson, again, any team is good, but I'm going to say it again, another great team. I'm going Rutgers with the upset for this one, though. Jet.
Connor, please don't get mad at me. I'm taking Rutgers.
That is 2 right there. I'm sorry, too, Connor. Steve.
Holy shit. Sorry, I'm going to go Clemson because I don't want to piss Connor off. But the Patriots are bringing back Kyle Illinois.
That's big.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. There's a lot going on here.
So
we still talking about basketball?
What's the breaking news?
Kyle Illinois is signing back with the Patriots.
Oh, gotcha. So who's your pick?
Clemson, because I don't want to piss Connor off.
That's 2-1. We have another Clemson vote from Tim. Thank you, Tim. That's 2-2. Thundering Jay with Rutgers. That's 3-2. Going to Angela.
Rutgers.
That is Rutgers. 4-2. Ashley.
Clements.
That is 4-3. So if we have any tiebreakers, I want to break that one up. But no, actually, we're at tiebreak right now. 4-3. If anybody else comes in there, we'll take. Oh, we have a Clemson, so that's 4-4 now. So anybody else commenting in our chats comes up, they can break that tie in the Clemson Rutgers. Right now, it's house rules. So Rutgers, well, we have a Clemson. Clemson gets the bid. So Clemson changing fate already against the house. Clemson moves on. Now we have the wonderful Houston Cougars against Cleveland State here at the 2:15 matchup. I'll just put it out there. I'm going Houston. Jet.
Yeah, give me the wonderful Houston team.
That's 2. Steve.
I'll go with Houston. Fine, Ernest.
That's
Wow,
3
just copying
for
me.
Houston. Rana.
Houston.
That's 4 Houston. Reg says Houston. That's 5. Ashley.
Everything's better in Texas. So we're
Of course, she's saying
That's beautiful.
Houston.
That's 6 in Houston right there. Tim says Houston. That's 7. We're not gonna be turning this around.
Rigged.
That's Houston right there. Let's go up to Illinois, Georgia Tech, and talk about this wonderful round of 32 matchup. Illinois against Georgia Tech. We'll start with Ashley on this one.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech gets the first bid. Houston now up to 8 votes there in that round of 64 matchup. Angela.
Illinois.
That is 1 for Georgia Tech, 1 for Illinois. Steve.
I'll go with Illinois.
That's 2
Sorry,
for
my
Illinois.
father's yelling that he doesn't like Kyle Van Noy anymore.
Yeah, of course. Jed.
I'll take Illinois.
That's 3-1, 4-1 Illinois. Let me check the chat right now. We got another Illinois. Houston up to 9 votes for the previous one. Just want to let everybody know. 4-1. Thundering Jay says Georgia Tech. You guys are crazy. That's 4-2. And Illinois advances with no other votes. And we'll keep a lookout in the chat if that changes. We have our 2 upset bids here with Oregon State and Liberty, which we may never see in our lifetime, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm taking Oregon State. That's a tournament team. I like them. I think they're great. So I'm running Oregon State. I'm going to go down to Ashley.
I'm going to go with Oregon State.
That's 2 for Oregon State. Angela.
Same. Oregon State.
3 for Oregon State. Steve.
Let's go Oregon State. Fuck
That's
it.
4 and 5 as Tim has chosen Oregon State as well. Jet.
I was hoping to keep memeing with Liberty, but I guess not. Oregon State.
Oregon State's getting the bid 6-0, 7-0 as Thundering Jay says he has to. It's his state. Let's go to San Diego State against West Virginia. A good powerhouse matchup that we fully expect to see in real life. I'm taking West Virginia to win this game. Jet.
Jeez, this is a tough one because if I mess up San Diego State in the first round, I could mess up this one because I'm taking San Diego State here.
Oh, he's taking San Diego State, so that's 1-1. Ashley.
I'm going to go with San Diego State as well.
That's 2-1 San Diego State. Going to go ahead and go to Steve.
I'm a BC fan, so San Diego State.
That's 3-1 San Diego State. I got 1 for West Virginia, so that's 3-2. Another for San Diego, that's 4-2. Jet.
I already picked.
You did. Did I get everybody?
I already.
Is that everybody? Okay.
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
Angela, I knew I was missing
Me.
somebody.
I didn't. Pick me.
Angela, what's your pick?
What is it at again? Sorry.
West Virginia or San Diego State?
Oh, I knew that. I meant like, what's the vote looking like?
Oh, it's 4 San Diego State, 3 West Virginia as Reg's vote just came in.
West Virginia.
That's 4-4. So we need a tiebreaker. Usually it's Brienne, so we'll wait for her to chime in. But we need a tiebreaker in here for West Virginia, San Diego State. We'll move on until that comes in. And if you guys are watching here, tell people to come on. The vote is literally the people. We want to make sure this bracket is representative of y'all. Let's go ahead and move on to Clemson, Houston, which is going to be a fantastic game if it comes to this. I, of course, don't care about that because I'm going Houston, but it is going to be a very good game. Ashley, who are you going with?
Houston, Ernest. I got you.
Let's pump it up. Houston, Angela.
I think I'm going to go Houston as well.
That is 3-0. Steve.
I'm not picking Houston twice on the same show for you.
Wow. So are you saying Clemson?
Yeah, that's not cool. You can't expect me to pick Houston twice.
We got Brienne's vote. She chose San Diego State. That's 3-1 going to Jet.
I got to take the best team out of Texas. Give me Houston.
And he goes Houston. That's 4-1. We got 2 more Houston votes from Reg and Tim. That's 6-1. We are going to move Houston forward and jump back up to the Illinois-Oregon State Cinderella bid coming this forward. I do think this is the end of the line for Oregon State. I'm taking Illinois, who might be the best team in the entire bracket. No offense to Gonzaga. I'm taking Illinois. Jet.
Illinois
comes in. Houston got another vote, by the way, from Thundering Jay. If I didn't mention Tim as well. Steve.
Illinois.
That's 3. Angela.
This is hard because I live in Illinois and Thundering Jay lives in Oregon and we're friends. But
now I really want this game to happen for y'all.
Let's go. We're gonna put others first and say Oregon State.
Okay, 3-1 Illinois over Oregon State. Ashley.
I'm going for Illinois.
That is 4-1. We have 2 more Illinois bids, which makes it 6-1, which means probably from our chat participation, they're not going to catch up. But Thundering Jay went Illinois. Angela, just so you know. All right, so we have the San Diego State Houston matchup. Why don't we just default it to 2-0 because Ashley and I are going Houston. Jet.
I'll make it 3, Houston.
3-0 Houston. Steve.
Fine, I'll go Houston again.
He's going Houston. 4-0. Angela.
Houston.
That's 5-0. I'm going to let our chat catch up, but I think our chat is only 5 or 6 strong when it comes to participation. Although we have a lot of people watching at given times, we are at 5-0. So Houston over San Diego State right now. This is a big game. This is probably going to be one of the most watched games of this bracket, if not the entire tournament. It's going to be a dogfight here. We did get 1 vote for San Diego State, but we got a 7th vote for Houston. So Houston's going to advance here. Illinois Houston is the matchup here, so I'm going to restart it because we're talking about Houston again. Illinois Houston. I am taking Houston to win by fandom. Logically on my bracket, I did take Illinois. Just want to put that out there, but I'm taking Houston for the fandom. 1-0 Houston. Ash, I'll go to you.
Houston.
She's taking Houston. We got Blind Gaming choosing Houston. He's his first pick of the tournament. Thank you for tuning in. 3-0 Jet.
Houston's built to beat Illinois. I'll take Houston.
He's taking Houston. Reg says Illinois easily. Tim says Illinois as well. Steve.
I'm definitely not taking Houston 3 times on one show.
Steve takes Illinois. Brienne takes Illinois. That's 4-4. Going to Angela for the tiebreaker right
Locking
here.
it in, Illinois, for sure.
Wow.
Let's go.
And before she could finish, Thundering Jay comes in with a Houston. So
Let's
we are tied 5-5. And I see Brienne's already voted. So I don't know what happens here. But as we've mentioned before, what is the rule? House rules. So Houston advances to the Final Four. To the Final Four, and we are going down to the bottom side. Well, no, that is the bottom side of the bracket. So we're going to go to the top side in reverse order. Some trickery here. Yes, ladies, if you thought that was almost it, we are only halfway through.
I'm having a blast. What are you talking about?
That is perfect. That is perfect. So Gonzaga against the play-in. I know one is Appalachian State. Jet, who is the other one?
Jet Folk State.
Say it again.
Jet Folk State.
Jet Folk State. Yeah, it's going to be Appalachian State. So I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Let's just say
Norfolk State.
Does anybody choose the play-in game? Let's just say that. Do we all know Gonzaga is winning this first round? I think we're pretty set on this. Ladies, are you guys choosing this one?
I was going to have you pick for me anyway. Go ahead.
Let's just put Gonzaga in. Let's talk Oklahoma, Missouri, 8-9 matchup. Oklahoma, I have to go with the Big 12 team here, so I'm choosing Oklahoma. Jet.
I like Missouri.
He's going Missouri. That Mizzou, so that's 1-1. Steve.
Missouri.
That's 2-1 Missouri. Angela.
I'm going with the Show Me State, Missouri.
That is 3-1 Missouri. No love for Oklahoma. Ashley.
I'm going with Missouri as well.
Wow, 4-1 Mizzou. I am shocked right now. I am shocked. Then again, Oklahoma's more of a football school anyways. Thundering Jay says, give me the Oklahoma Sooners. That's 4-2 Thundering Jay playing contrast to Angela. I got another Mizzou from Tim, so that's 5-2. I'm going to move Mizzou unless we get an influx of Sooners coming onto the stream. I don't think so. So let's go 5-2. We got Brienne makes it 6-2. I think that's pretty set. Creighton against the University of California, Santa Barbara. You'd be surprised, guys, but I think this is the lock upset pick of the round of 64. I'm taking Santa Barbara to win this game and win it easily. So 1 for Santa Barbara. I'm going to Ashley next.
If we're going easily, then I'm going with Santa Barbara too.
That's 2. Angela.
Santa Barbara. Barbara.
That's
Barbara.
3. That's
Santa
3.
Barbara.
Steve.
Sure, Santa Barbara.
4. Jet.
Sorry, I'm looking for something.
See, this is a game I have to
There it is.
really break down when I do my own bracket because I have whoever winning this game beating Virginia in the next round. So I will go Santa Barbara.
That is 5. We do have our first Creighton bid, another Creighton bid. So that's 5-2, another Santa Barbara. So 6-2. Creighton gets a third, 6-3. I'm moving UC Santa Barbara unless 4 more votes come in into this. But if you haven't watched Santa Barbara basketball, go to YouTube, go watch them, go look at some of their stats also. Fantastic basketball team. If they get upset big time, so what? I'm wrong. I'm not a college basketball analyst, but I watched some of their stuff. They were fantastic for the stuff I watched. So going Virginia, Ohio. Virginia, for those who don't know, battling some COVID circumstances, and then going up against number 13 Ohio. I am going with Virginia to win out of round 1 though. Jet.
Yeah, if Virginia plays in the tournament, they'll beat Ohio.
That's 2. Steve.
Sure, Virginia.
3-0. Ashley.
I'm going to go with Ohio.
That's 3-1. And we have another Ohio bid from Thundering Jay. Virginia from Reg. Virginia from Tim. That's 5-2. Angela.
I'm going to go with Virginia.
That's 6-2, 7-2 if you count Brienne. So Virginia advances in a big matchup that's going to have a lot of implications on the round of 32. USC against the winner of Wichita State and who's that second team? Drake?
Drake.
Yeah. Drake has his own university? I'm just kidding. I'm going to say Wichita State wins that play-in game. USC against Wichita State. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Trojans to win that one. That's 1 for the Trojans. Ashley.
USC.
That is USC with getting his first bid there. 2-0 USC. Angela.
I'm going to go Wichita.
That is 1 for Wichita. I like that. I'm good with that. That's Reg brings in the USC star power there. That's 3-1. Tim with the Trojans pick as well. That's 4-1. Jet.
My problem is I think USC beats Wichita, but I think Drake finds a way to beat USC. So I'm in a tough bind here. So just give me USC because I can't decide on that first game between those 11s.
Gotcha. 5 makes it Jet, 6 with Brienne, 7 with Dundering Jay. We are moving USC in this bracket. Guys, this bracket is looking fantastic. If this bracket wins, we're going to be one of the only brackets in the country. I promise you. We are going to be very unique. Now, Kansas against Eastern Washington is the next game here. Let's start this one off with me. I'll take Kansas as the Big 12 powerhouse to win this one, although Kansas also has COVID concerns in this game, and it is not a very good matchup for them. It will be a close game than what most people realize. Jet.
Yeah, I got to go Kansas, but I'm keeping an eye on the COVID situation.
Yep, that's 2 for Kansas. Angela.
Kansas.
That's 3. Ashley.
Kansas.
That's 4. Steve.
Sure, Kansas.
That's 5. Tim says he really wants to pick the Eastern Washington pick, but he's going to go Kansas at 6. Reg says, I don't even know if he means what he says. So I'm going to go 7 with him. Brienne comes in with the upset. Thundering Jay makes it 8-1. Kansas gets the bid. Oregon against Virginia Commonwealth, or commonly known as VCU. Taking VCU in this game as Oregon has not been very good in tournament play. Jet.
I'm going to take Oregon just because of the high-powered offense.
Perfect. 1-1. Steve.
I've always been a Ducks fan. I think you guys know that, so I'm going Oregon.
2-1 Oregon. Ashley.
Oregon.
3-1 Oregon. Angela.
Oregon.
4-1. Tim makes it 5-1. I don't see anybody else commenting yet. While we're waiting on that 6-1, I think Oregon's advancing here, and Thundering Jay says Oregon as well. I do want to mention, anybody watching, share this out because we are doing a group bracket. If we enter any monetary tournament with this bracket and we win, we will share with anybody who contributed. Anybody who's on here gets a slice of the pie. Share this out. Contribute. You're part of the action here with these upsets and change of fate picks. We've only had 3 guaranteed winners on BCMG so far, so we haven't had any sweep picks except for
I don't
3
guarantee
times. Steve especially said guaranteed picks. Iowa Grand Canyon in this first round matchup here. I don't know if anybody gives a snowball's chance to Grand Canyon, but let's just run through it. I've got Iowa in this matchup. Jet.
I've got Iowa, but Grand Canyon has a 7-foot guy, so I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, whoa, watch out. 2-0, but he says, well, look out, Iowa fans. Ashley.
I'm gonna go with the Grand Canyon because I'm pretty sure I've crossed through there before. So.
Wow, 2-1 because Ashley says she's crossed the Grand Canyon and she didn't need any rope. Angela.
Grand Canyon.
That is 2-2, and I am now nervous about this bracket. Steve.
Iowa.
That's 3-2 Iowa. Reg makes it 4-2. Tim makes it 5-2. And unless Brianne, Thundering Jay, and anybody else that chimes in decides to go with Grand Canyon, I'm going to move Iowa, and I'm going to do it swiftly because I'm worried about that pick. Let's move on to Gonzaga and Mizzou. I'm going to Zags. Jet.
Yep, Gonzaga.
2, Steve.
Sure, Gonzaga.
3, Angela.
Yeah, I'll just go with you guys.
That's 4, Ashley.
I'm going to just make it clear for the rest of the bracket. I'll just go with Gonzaga for the rest of.
Okay, 5. She likes the Zags. Let's see. We have Zags from Tim as well. Thundering Jay mentioned he chose Iowa. Thank you, Thundering Jay. It makes me feel much better about that lasting there. Gonzaga, and we got another Gonzaga bid. That is a guaranteed BCMG pick. If the Zags and Mizzou match up, put that in your parlay, put it on your ticket, the Zags to win in round 2. All right, we have the wonderful Cinderella story of the University of California, Santa Barbara against Virginia. We got 2 more Zag votes. That makes it 8-0, even more of a guaranteed bid from Stephen Gang. Santa Barbara against Virginia. Let's start this one off with me. I'm taking Santa Barbara with the upset. Jet.
Santa Barbara goes the second weekend.
Wow, that's 2-0, Steve.
I'll ride with you guys, Santa Barbara.
That's 3-0. Angela.
Same.
4-0. Ashley.
I'm going with the Cinderella story.
5-0 for Cinderella. And we have 3 votes for Virginia real quick in the chat. I don't know if they just don't trust us, but that's still 5-3. So far, we swept on here. The chat is sweeping Virginia. We're going to probably get some mad faces on that one, but that is Virginia Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. Let's go down to USC Kansas. Thundering Jay backs us up with UCSB. So that is 6-3 guaranteed. Lock it in. Oh, wait, I picked the wrong team. Santa Barbara advances. So let's go USC Kansas down in the round of 32. I'm going Kansas. Ashley.
I'm going Kansas too.
That's 2. Angela.
Yeah, Kansas.
Perfect. Steve.
Kansas.
That is 4. We're on a sweep pick alert. Jet.
See, this is where if Drake was in, I'd take them to beat Kansas too. But since they're not, I'm going to take Kansas to beat USC.
All right, so 5. That's a sweep pick so far. Tim makes it a 6-0 sweep. Thundering Jay makes it a 7-0. Reg said he trusts me, but he doesn't trust Santa Barbara. I got you, Reg. Reg is actually thinking USC himself. Brianne says Kansas. That is 8-1. Kansas advances. Reg is a little shook right now. His bracket's not looking the same as ours. Reg, keep it going. Trust me. You never know what happened. Oregon, Iowa, Battle of the Yellows. We're going to come out here. I am choosing Iowa to advance in this game, but I've had this strange feeling we have a lot of Oregon support on this chat. So let's go with you, Jet. Who do you have in this matchup?
I got to go Luka Garza. He's got the most approved in the entire tournament.
That's right. Anybody with the last name Garza, I'm going with 2. 2-0. And Ashley.
I'm going with Garza as well.
That's 3-0. Reg says Iowa. Thundering Jay says Ducks. Angela.
I'm going to go with Iowa on this one.
That is 5 Iowa. Tim goes Iowa. Brianne goes Iowa. I'm actually shocked. It's 7-1. Steve.
I really want to go Oregon, but I'll go Iowa.
It is Iowa. Iowa is going to win this one 8-1. That's actually one of the biggest spreads there that we've seen a win there. But you know, Thunder EJ, good for you for keeping with your Oregon Ducks. Hopefully they surprise you, just like Texas makes it to the Final Four for me. Gonzaga against Santa Barbara in the round of 16, the Sweet 16 matchup. Ashley said Zags. That's 1. That's Zags for me, 2. That's 2-0. Steve.
Gonzaga.
3-0 Zags. Jet.
Zags.
4-0 Zags. Angela.
Make it 5.
That is 5-0 Zags, and we're going to go to the chat. We have 6 Zags, 7 Zags, and we are going to be moving on to Zags there. All right. For those who keep putting more Zags, yeah, it's definitely Gonzaga on that one. Iowa, Kansas, and that's a guaranteed BCMG pick. So far, Gonzaga's had a guaranteed pick every round. Include them in your parlays. They are guaranteed to win. Kansas, Iowa. This is going to be one of those games that we may or may not see play out. It's going to take a lot of ifs if Kansas is healthy enough. But Iowa, Kansas, I'm rolling Iowa into the finals of this bracket. Jet.
Me too.
Perfect. Steve.
Iowa.
That's 3. Reg says Iowa. That's 4. Tim says Kansas at 1. Angela.
Iowa.
That's 5 for Iowa. 6 with Thundering Jay. That's 2 for Kansas with Brienne. Ashley.
I'm going with Iowa.
She says Iowa. So that is 7 Iowa, 2 Kansas. Iowa advances, and we come to the what was going to be predicted, a 1-2 matchup of Zags against Iowa. This gets interesting. I'm still rolling Zags. Ashley said Zags the whole way, so we're going to give her the 2-0 here. Jet.
Zags.
He goes Zags. 3. Steve.
Zags.
4. Angela.
Yeah, we'll go Zags.
That's 5. Did I already ask you, Jet?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to the chat. Tim says Zags at 6. I'm going to put them in because 6 has seemed to be our magic number with these chats. So that's it. We have so far, as we near the end, Gonzaga against Michigan in the Final Four in Houston waiting for the winner in this bracket. Let's zoom through this because I know Steve's getting tired. Baylor, Hartford. Anybody choosing Hartford? All right, Baylor advances with that one. North Carolina against Wisconsin. I know Kenny chooses North Carolina more than anybody. Just kidding, Kenny. And I will go with Wisconsin to win this. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with North Carolina to win this matchup. Jet.
Bet on North Carolina, but I'm taking Wisconsin.
All right, 1-1 for North Carolina, Wisconsin. This is going to be a good game. Steve.
North Carolina.
That's 2-1 North Carolina. Angela.
I'm going to go Wisconsin.
That's 2-2. Reg says Wisconsin. Thundering Jay says North Carolina. So 3-3. Tim says North Carolina. That's 4-3. Ashley.
I'm going to go with North Carolina.
That is 5-3 North Carolina. 6-3 with Brienne. So for most, this is not a pick that they saw go their way. So Reg, I think you had Wisconsin. You said they can control the tempo. I definitely think so as well. I just think North Carolina in tournament play with Roy Williams won't lose first round this year. Let's talk about Villanova, some injury and COVID concerns for them as well. Mostly injury. We had some COVID rumors, but I believe it's just injury. Winthrop has been a very favorite to upset, but let me go through the listings here. Villanova or Winthrop, and I'll start this one off. I am going with Villanova first round for this one. Jet.
I'm going to take Winthrop.
Okay, 1-1. And I have had Winthrop on many brackets. Steve.
Villanova.
That's 2-1 Villanova. Thundering Jay says Winthrop. That's 2-2. Angela.
Winthrop.
That's 3-2 Winthrop. Ashley.
Villanova.
That's 3-3. Tim says Nova. That's 4-3. Reg says Nova. Not even a concern. 5-3. Nova advances in this one. Brienne's probably going to chime in just a second. Either way, it'd still be a 5 whatever advantage or a 6-3 win. Purdue against North Texas. I'm not crazy. I'm choosing Purdue in this matchup. Jet, you're up next.
North Texas could still shoot the lights out, but I got to go Purdue.
He says Purdue as well. That's 2-0. Steve.
I'm going to go with North Texas just because wasn't that the school in Necessary Roughness?
Yes.
Yes, so North Texas.
2-1 because Steve likes movies. Angela.
Purdue.
She takes Purdue. Ashley.
Purdue.
Purdue leaves her Texas roots behind. Let's go to the chat. We have 5 for Purdue, 6 Purdue, 7 Purdue, 8 Purdue's, 8-1 Purdue advances to face Villanova in the round of 32. Texas Tech, the Big 12 school that we've been lacking, is going up against Utah State in a game that's probably going to be closer than most think. I'm taking Tech because I love them, and they're in the Big 12. Jet.
Utah State.
That's a 1-1 matchup already from the beginning. Steve.
Utah State.
2-1 because he hates Texas. Angela.
I'm also going Utah State.
3-1 because she hates her boss. Ashley.
I'm going with Texas Tech.
That's the right pick right there. 3-2. Tim says Texas Tech. That's 3-3. Waiting for more. Reg says Texas Tech. That's 4-3. We're just waiting. Thundering Jay says Texas Tech. That's 5-3. I'm going to highlight them because I know Brienne and a couple others are still left that are still trailing with us. Thank you for staying on with us. Again, if you participate, you're part of the money bracket. You get a slice of the pie. Guaranteed. This is saved. Post is marked. You will be a part of the pie here if we win. Brienne says Texas Tech. You guys are crazy. Let's move it on. Arkansas against the toothpaste lovers himself, Colgate. Arkansas playing as a 3-14 matchup here. I am taking Colgate to brush that teeth and wipe the floor. I'm just kidding. I'm taking Arkansas. That's 1-0, Jet.
I'll take Colgate.
That's 1-1, Steve.
I'm going to take Arkansas. My God, was that a corny joke?
That's 2-1. I'm a dad. Angela.
Arkansas.
3-1.
Making
Ashley.
corny jokes before you had a donut.
You're right on, and I'm going to go with the Colgate.
She liked the joke. That's 3-2. I consider that a win. Brienne says, no, wait. Tim says Arkansas. That's 4-2. Thundering Jay says Arkansas. That's 5-2. And Reg says Arkansas. That's 6-2. The magic number is 6 unless we have an influx of Colgate bids here. 7-2 with Brienne.
We hate upsets. They don't happen in this tournament. Eh?
Apparently. But we're going to go Florida against Virginia Tech next. Those Gators are going to come in. I'm going Gators with my first pick here. Yep, I'm going to go Gators. 1-0 Florida, Jet.
Trey, man, give me the Gators.
2-0 Steve.
I'm a BC fan, so I'm taking Florida.
3-0 Angela.
Florida.
4-0 Ashley.
Florida.
That's 5-0. One of our guaranteed first round picks here at Blue Collar Media Group. That's a BCMG guarantee. Tim says, give me Virginia Tech or give me death. I don't think that's how the saying goes, Tim, but we're going to go that 5-1. Thundering Jay says, Gators, you're crazy. 6-1. Brienne says, Virginia Tech. I'm with Tim. Let's ride or die. Don't know where that came from. Florida for Reg. So that's 7-2 Florida. They get the bid. None of that was mentioned in the comments. Made it up on the fly. Ohio State comes up against Oral Roberts. That's a 2-15 matchup. Anybody choosing Oral Roberts to win this game?
I'm not choosing them, but Oral Roberts has the best chance of all the 15s to upset.
That's good.
Fuck is Oral Roberts University?
Who knows? But they shoot like crazy.
Well, I'm going to say that nobody is taking Oral Roberts to win. We're going to put Ohio State right through. But important to note that this bracket is flawless so far with just everybody's supposed to win in their matchup. Let's see if we have any upsets. Baylor, North Carolina. In a typical year, I would say, hey, this is crazy because it'd probably be flipped. I'm taking Baylor to win this game 1-0, Jet.
Me too.
2-0, Steve.
Baylor.
3-0, Angela.
Baylor.
4-0, Ashley.
Baylor.
5-0 Baylor. I'm going to move them through. If you're in the chat and you start commenting, I got a 6 Baylor from Reg. Baylor earlier said you're crazy, Jet, to say Houston's the best Texas team. It's Baylor. Just to let you know. Tim and Thundering Jared with Baylor as well. If you're commenting on Twitter and you don't find your name listed, I am reading off of Facebook. So if you want to go tune in on Facebook, get your voice heard, be a chance of the pie, the slice of the pie. Come on over. We want to take all those in. It's a Baylor sweep, though. BCMG guarantee round of 32. If this is the matchup, put Baylor on that parlay ticket. Steve guarantees it. Villanova Purdue, your 5-4 matchup is what's coming up next. Purdue is my pick here, Jet.
Purdue is losing to either of the teams coming out of Villanova Winthrop.
Wow. So 1-1. Jet says guaranteed BCMG upset right there. Steve.
Villanova.
That is Villanova with that pick.
I saw that, Ashley.
Steve guarantees it. Yes, he does. That's 2-1 Villanova. I'm sorry. No, that is 2-1 Villanova. Angela.
I'm going to go Purdue.
She goes Purdue. That's 2-2 Ashley.
I'm going to go with Villanova.
That's 3-2 Villanova. Let's go to the chat. Tim says Villanova. That's 4-2. Thundering Jay says Purdue. That's 4-3. Brienne says Villanova. That's 5-3. Do I have that right? I have that right.
And I just want to add, Ernest, I only didn't take North Texas because Villanova was right above, and that was what was going in the seed. So just a little background. I love my.
Oh, I got you. Villanova advances with a 5-4 victory. Nobody else commented, so we're going to move on. Texas Tech, Arkansas in the battle of which most of us didn't have this matchup on their sheets. But let's roll through it. Texas Tech pulls the upset for me. Ashley, I'm going to see if you're rolling Texas Tech as well.
Yes, I am.
That's 2-0 Jet.
Well, I mean, Jeez, this is such a tough one. I'm going to go Texas Tech, I think.
Matt McClung, too much for Arkansas. Angela.
I am also going Texas.
That is 4-0. Steve.
Fine, I'll go Texas.
That's 5-0. Reg says Arkansas, and he lives in Texas. Shame on you. Tim says Texas Tech. That is 6-1. Brianne says Texas Tech. Let's just move them on. That's 7-1. Florida against Ohio State. Ohio State just lucky to be there after battling against Oral Roberts in a double overtime win. Has to play 2 days later. Here we go. Ohio State against Florida. I am taking Ohio State to still have enough energy and battle off Florida and advance to Texas Tech. 1-0. Jet.
Yeah, Ohio State.
That is 2-0 Ohio State there. Steve.
Chet knows more than me. Ohio State.
3-0. Angela.
Ohio State.
4-0. Ashley.
I'm gonna go with Ohio State.
That is 5-0. We're almost on a sweep pick here. Let's go to the chat here. We have Tim with Ohio State. That's 6. Brianne, 7. We are moving them on. I'm telling you, that's our BCMG guaranteed. Steve guarantees that pick in the round of 32. If Ohio State plays Florida, guaranteed in this bracket. The number 2 and number 1 seed are going
The only
forward.
reason someone would put a guarantee on something is if they know they sold you a guarantee.
piece of shit. That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
If I'm going to go take a shit in the box, I'm not guaranteed I will.
Who can name that movie in the chat? Let's see who can name that movie. Let's
do
move
not
on.
win anything if you made it.
You don't win anything, but I want to see who can name it. Baylor Villanova is the 1-5 matchup. Let's talk Baylor Villanova. I'm taking Baylor in this matchup to win. That's 1-0 Jet.
Yeah, give me the second best Texas team. I'll take Baylor.
2-0, and he's poking fun. Ashley.
I'm gonna go with Baylor.
That's 3-0. Steve.
Baylor.
That is 4-0. Angela with the sweep pick here.
Baylor.
Baylor. And Thundering Jay says, Tommy, boy, you're absolutely correct. Reg says Baylor. That's 6-0. Tim, 7-0 with Baylor. And we are moving Baylor on, even if Brianne, Thundering Jay, and whoever else come in with the Baylor pick or a Villanova pick. It is Baylor all the way. I'd be surprised if Villanova made that far. But if they did, they wouldn't have enough gas for Baylor that following weekend. Let's talk Texas Tech, Ohio State. This is a tough one for me, so I'm not going first. Ashley, you go first.
Texas Tech.
She's going Texas Tech, people. She's confident about that one, too, after their big victory against Arkansas. And Angela.
Are you going to fire me if I say Ohio?
Not at all.
Ohio.
Yeah, doesn't have that authority.
You're fired.
I knew you were going to say that.
Steve, you're up next.
Ohio State.
2 for Ohio State. We got Tim choosing Texas Tech. Reg says Ohio State. Reg says Ohio State. So 3-2. He says Ohio State has too many big men. Jet.
Ohio State, I guess.
He goes Ohio State. Thundering Jay goes Texas Tech. Brianne goes Texas Tech. And I'm in for an all Big 12 final myself. I'm going Texas Tech with the upset. Texas Tech goes up against Baylor in the Elite Eight. I don't know why I got so hyped, but I'm playing this tournament in my head, and it's just so awesome to see these two teams in that final matchup there. Elite Eight, Baylor, Texas Tech in a rematch of a game that went to overtime earlier in the season. I am going Baylor in this matchup to get revenge against Texas Tech. 1-0, Jet.
Baylor.
He goes 2-0, Baylor. Steve.
Baylor.
3-0, Angela.
I'm also going Baylor.
4-0, Ashley. Wow, our first mute of the night. We get our first mute of the night. We are excited. We knew it was going to happen, Ashley. We had no idea that Ashley was going to be muted. She is muted. That is our first mute. Again, it's 2.5 for tonight because Davis and perfect. So did you choose Texas Tech or Baylor? Oh, she chose Tech. She got Texas.
Telling you that you took way too long thinking of your name, first of all. And I just saw you yesterday in person. So
that is true.
Wildly offended, but I'm still going with Texas Tech.
It is. She is going Texas Tech. That's 4-1. We have 4 more Baylors in the chat. That's 8-1 Baylor. So unfortunately, Ashley's pick gets kicked out. We have made it to the treasured Final Four, and I am nothing but ecstatic to see 2 Texas teams in the Final Four. It would play out like this if they have to play each other, but let's end this misery as all of us have entered the Final Four state. We have seen a great amount of games. We've seen double overtimes. We've seen some upsets. We've seen some Cinderella teams not make it. We saw teams advance and come back. We are now at Gonzaga and Michigan in the first game of the Final Four.
All of this is just made up.
No, it's all happening. I am choosing Gonzaga to make it on. Ashley chose Gonzaga because she said Zags all the way. Jet, who do you have in this game?
Gonzaga.
3-0 Zags. Steve.
Gonzaga, because I forget who the other team was.
Michigan.
Gonzaga.
4-0 Zags. Angela.
Make it 5.
5-0 Zags. We are now doing a BCMG guaranteed pick in the Final Four. In the Final Four. Steve said he guarantees him 7-0. Oh, wait. Thundery J comes with a Michigan pick. He saves Steve's life. We have 7-1 Gonzaga.
How is my life on the line now? It is getting
Gonzaga has
entered for me to decipher you.
Gonzaga has entered the national championship, Steve. Just take that in. We have a Baylor-Houston matchup is the afternoon game on April 3rd. Baylor a 1 seed, Houston a 2 seed, and what's going to be a clash of the Titans bout. Who wins this? I start with Jet.
Here comes the Cougars.
Uh-oh, Houston makes it to the championship in Jet's book. 1-0 Houston. Ashley.
I'm going with Houston.
Holy crackers. Houston has 2 bids. Steve.
Fine. Houston.
Houston gets a 3rd bid from Steve in the same show. I'm shocked right now. I'm shaking. Angela.
Sorry, boss. I'm going Baylor.
She doesn't even know what my pick is, and she's apologizing. That's sad. 3-1.
I'm pretty sure she knows what your pick is.
3-1 Houston right now. Let's go to the chat. Tim says Baylor 3-2. Brienne says Baylor 3-3. It seems like the consensus is Baylor, so I'm going to give Houston a chance. I'm rolling Houston. That's 4-3. Reg says Illinois for some reason. I guess he's just salty that Illinois didn't make it. Now Reg says Baylor, so that's 4-4. We are now at a point where we need a tiebreaker, and all of a sudden, Tim and Thundering Jay come in with 2 picks for Baylor. Baylor has advanced to the national championship, and I'm going to take the words from Tim's mouth because he beat me to it. A game that was supposed to happen earlier in this year between the Zags and Baylor that never happened is now on the final stage, April 5th, 6:30 p.m. on your channel on CBS right here. Here is the game. Who wins this game? Let's select it. Ash has chosen Gonzaga. I have chosen Baylor. Jet has chosen
Gonzaga.
He has gone Gonzaga. Steve has chosen
FSU.
No.
Gonzaga.
He goes Gonzaga. That's 3-1. Before Angela answers, chat, you have a chance to make Angela's decision on her featured podcast episode, one of the most memorable podcast episodes, as she chooses the winner for $50,000, the winning bracket of all time in history of NCAA basketball sports. Gonzaga or Baylor? Angela, what is your pick?
Baylor.
She has chosen Baylor. It means nothing because we got 4 Zag votes. So Gonzaga is going to win this one 7-2. Gonzaga is our national champion because I did not choose Gonzaga and neither did Angela. Angela, I'm sorry. We're both going to be.
You like auditioning for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I'd be really good at it.
Like, are you trying to be Regis filming this? Because
Jet selected Gonzaga and because Ashley selected Gonzaga, and the only reason Steve selects Gonzaga is because of Jet. I'm going to let Jet choose the winning score for Gonzaga and Ashley choose the losing score for Baylor. Okay. So Jet, give me the winning score for Gonzaga.
Okay. Gonzaga will have 420.
420 points.
Oh, 420.
Yep.
420. And Ashley, how many points will Baylor have?
Just wait. Don't answer yet.
That's the score?
It's not going to stay like that. We're going to modify it. But what do you think?
Well, why did he pick my numbers? Those were mine.
Okay, Jet, let's get a realistic pick here.
79.
79. Ashley, Baylor has to lose. What will be the final score?
64.
That is a weird score to have in double overtime, but Gonzaga beats Baylor in double overtime, 79-64, after Baylor fouls out half of their team and it can only field 4 or can only court 4 players on the court. And so Gonzaga, your national champions, finally hoisting up that trophy and cutting down the nets. Congratulations to everybody who participated in this bracket. If this bracket, by some miraculous chance, wins, we will be one of the greatest shows in the world. I'm just saying, it's gonna.
Isn't there some like multi-billionaire that'll offer up like a couple $1 million to whoever picks the first perfect bracket ever?
This is it. This is the first perfect bracket.
I can't believe we just did it together.
We are going to submit this for the BCMG challenge, and I'm going to use this bracket in any monetary challenge on behalf of Into the Lab. Everybody who participated tonight on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, even if your name wasn't called because we were focused on Facebook, you will get a slice of the pie. And we are excited to be doing this with everybody and having today's bracket with y'all. Good luck to everybody. Again, the BCMG challenge, you can find it if you scroll up in the comments. You can enter that tournament with your own bracket, $200 on the line. It's only for people in the group. And if you want to join those bigger monetary ones, you can definitely screenshot our episode and put it in there. But a big thank you for Angela, who was on here, who did this bracket with us, knows nothing about college basketball, want to have fun. Ashley, please tell everybody who brought us this first round.
So this year's 82nd NCAA tournament bracket is sponsored by Favorite, Living Your Best Cigar Life. Check them out at livingmybestcigarlife.com with over 1,500 premium cigars, various size humidors, gift sets, name brand accessories, and monthly specials. Don't forget, any orders online, type My Best Cigar Life in all caps for $10 off. And don't forget to just live your best life, live your best cigar life.
That is absolutely correct. We will live our best cigar life, the sweetest voice of ITL, rounding up round one. Thank you so much. It's probably the longest round one we've ever had in ITL history. We're going to talk a little bit about free agents. Let Steve rant, and then we'll be off for tonight. Announcer, bring us in with another bell ring. Angela, if you want to stick around and watch the show, you definitely can. But thank you so much again for being a part of ITL. You were absolutely wonderful.
Yes, thank you. If you don't mind, I might hop off though so I can get the kids to bed because I miss them already.
Absolutely. Go over there.
For everything but my part.
I'm sorry.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, that's round two. That's the bell. Steve is going to have his rant session as we're going to be talking nothing but free agency right now. I'm really excited to be talking free agency with Steve. All right, Steve, you wanted to talk and you wanted to rant. You want to talk about your Patriots. Your Patriots are spending money. They have decided to just throw everything in the kitchen sink at every player that is out there. Talk to us a little bit. Why get two tight ends in Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith?
Well, for one, we know why, because we've seen them do the two tight end set before. Multiple times, not even just Gronk and Hernandez. There was the Gronk and Martellus Bennett. It's something that Belichick likes to do. He likes, like Louis Riddick said, he likes to attack you from the inside out. He wants you to cover the middle of the field. That's his thing. He likes tight ends. We haven't had tight end production in a long time, so he said, fuck it. Let's get a lot of tight end production. And look, everyone's saying that he's handing out all this money and all this cap space. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going, yeah, you're all idiots. He's smarter than you. He's always been smarter than you. He's always going to be smarter than you. It's Bill fucking Belichick. So go through the numbers. Matthew Judon, Jonnu Smith, Jalen Mills, Deatrick Wise, and Devon Godchow. I'm going to have to learn how to say his name. I like Godchow. They account for $24 million of the cap space. That's it. Hunter Henry accounts for $6.7 million. Aguilar only is $7 million. He massively worded all these contracts. He's still got $25 million in space right now after signing all these players. So, I mean, look, yeah, everyone says it's uncharacteristic. I don't really agree with that because Belichick has no characteristics to how he handles free agency. That you all say he's not following his pattern. His pattern is that he doesn't follow a pattern. So, yeah, no, you're right.
So are you going to ride and die with Cam Newton then going forward? Is that?
I think the plan is to draft someone. You have to again. You have to look at how Cam's contract is worded. Jet got annoyed me. I keep saying because people keep telling me, "Oh, they paid Cam Newton $14 million." Cam Newton gets paid $14 million by the Patriots this year if he was both the league MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. Right now he's gets $3.5 million, and it's $5 million if he plays in every game. So it's backup money. Maybe they ride with Cam for 1 year. Maybe I think that contract tells me part of them wants to give him the benefit of the doubt for last year with COVID and the weird offseason and whatnot. But at the same time, they're like, dude, your arm looks sketchy as fuck. But I think the plan is to draft a young guy. Maybe he sits behind Cam for a year. Maybe a guy like Trey Lance they move up for. That was my prediction a while ago. I would sign Cam and draft Trey Lance.
The thing about Cam too is like, what's the problem with getting your insurance policy first?
Well, and everyone's bitching, oh my God, they signed Cam again. Well, you're probably going to draft a quarterback. Even if you draft a quarterback, you have to sign a veteran backup. Now, if you're going to sign a veteran backup, wouldn't you rather bring in a guy who's at least been here for one season and knows the playbook instead of bringing a veteran backup to teach him the playbook to then teach the rookie? That wouldn't make sense. And the other part is that there were no free agent quarterbacks available to move the needle for this team. There weren't any. Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't moving the needle. Jimmy Garoppolo was paid way too much money to be an average game manager and played 4 games a year. It's just, I mean, there was no one there that moves the needle, really, in my eyes. And again, like the upside, I don't know. I'll give my optimistic take on Cam. The arm is not still there. I don't think the arm is there. The issues and the accuracy he's never really been that accurate. The other issues that you could see from him last year were his mechanics. He didn't know how to set his feet, which I don't think anyone's ever bothered to teach him. I don't think he's ever had to do. I think he's always been able to just get it with his arm. And he wasn't seeing the receivers fast enough. He looked like he was processing too much and not just playing the game. And these are things that can actually be worked on and can be improved upon in having a full off season with the team and in the same playbook and in the same system, and maybe not catching COVID again. The mechanics and seeing the receivers on time, those are things that you can fix, and the accuracy will improve if your mechanics improve.
Is Edelman a free agent?
No, Edelman is still on a contract for this year. We don't know how his rehab is going, but he's very excited about the new Boston tight end party.
I was going to mention when we brought up tight ends too. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I do recall Cam Newton being very successful with Greg Olsen and Jeremy Shockey when they were all together on the Panthers.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's two different situations of, tight end double sets worked for New England, and it has also worked for the quarterback that could potentially start. So why not?
Well, no matter who the quarterback is, if you're going out there and you're going a run-heavy offense behind guys like Trent Brown, Michael Onwenu, Shaq Mason, Isaiah Wynn, and then you're doing play action to Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry with Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, and Julian Edelman running around out there, you're making life very easy.
Well, you're
on whoever's playing quarterback for you. You're
essentially making it that 2 linebackers on the defense of whatever team you're playing against have to be able to cover both of these elite tight ends. Because if you only got one guy, your other tight end's going to be open. That's just the reality.
One of those 2 is going to get open.
Yeah, you can't put safeties on them because they're both like in the top 5 to 10 of the position.
Yeah. Exactly. It's hard to cover. Like, again, yes, we still need a quarterback. We still need to figure out the long-term plan. But Bill Belichick has a plan. He has a plan. He wouldn't just start handing out these contracts if he didn't have a plan. And don't even get me. I was going crazy when we signed Matt Judon. And then he added Jalen Mills too. And I'm like, damn, all right, that ain't bad, dude. Like, I think Jalen Mills is a great guy for Bill Belichick. I know there's a lot of criticisms. I think a guy like that is great for him. And then, I mean, then he added Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar. I'm like, all right, hey, that's not that bad. And then, I mean, when they announced the Hunter Henry signing, I was just walking around with a smile on my face for the entire second half of the day.
Well, and that Kyle Van Noy signing is going to go right under the radar, but that is huge.
And now the Kyle Van Noy signing, which I didn't even really want the guy back. But again, I
love him.
Bill we trust. I mean, the defense next year, it's going to be filthy.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be great. Let's talk about other free agent signings and maybe some of those we're still waiting on. Kenny Golladay still waiting for a team to sign him. One of the many wide receiver free agents that haven't been out aside from Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne, who are also Patriots. Kenny Golladay, where does he end up? Lots of people are saying the New York Giants. Is that the favorite for you, Jet, or do you think Kenny Golladay is going somewhere else?
I think that they're probably the favorite right now. Personally, I'd like to see him land in Cincinnati. I just want to see Joey Burrow get surrounded by some pieces. I know that he might not necessarily start to begin next season, but eventually he will. And I'd like him to have a guy in there like Golladay to counteract Tyler Boyd and give some balance to that offense. But yeah, I mean, if he ends up on the Giants, that probably means he's making a lot more money than he would anywhere else.
Gotcha. I think Kenny Golladay ends up in a team that's really going to need him like Cincy. Houston's one of my favorites, but they don't have the cap space to really compete. Miami would be another place to look as well because they need a star receiver to really kind of take over on their team. Obviously not Arizona as they signed AJ Green today, so they're kind of stacked at receivers. Don't see any sort of contender making a vie for Golladay. I like that Cincinnati pick. That's something I haven't heard really. Steve, what do you think about Golladay? You think he goes somewhere else?
I think he's going to end up in New York. From what I heard, Cincinnati lowballed Joe Thuney with an offer. So if they're lowballing an offensive lineman, which is by far their biggest need, and we know the Giants just like to throw fucking huge bags of money at receivers and then like do absolutely nothing with it and you know, end up trading them or cutting them within a couple of years. But yeah, I think Kenny G is going to go get a bag in New York and then fade off the face of the earth.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like that. I like that too. I just don't like Danny Dimes. I like Colt McCoy. So I think Colt McCoy with somebody like Kenny Golladay would actually do really well. So kudos to New York if they're able to pull that off. Aaron Jones re-signs in Green Bay, which shocked some, but many kind of figured out what that was going to happen. Curtis Samuel ends up in Washington to join Ryan Fitzpatrick as well. And Juju Smith-Schuster, another big-name wide receiver, still kind of flirting on the board with where he's going to go. Big Ben doesn't return without Juju. Am I right, or did they move on?
They're moving on from Juju. Too much money.
All right, so Juju's gone.
I think too much money and too much distraction.
So we just think Juju's going to end up in Dallas with the rest of paid wide receivers? I mean, they have enough money down there to just last to pay everybody, right? I mean, they like wide receivers so much.
Well, I don't know. He's a big-name receiver who's starting to become a little bit of a diva and wants to get paid really well, leaving the Steelers. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on the Raiders. And then forces his way off of the Raiders to get traded to New England.
Oh, that makes sense. And then eventually onto the Buccaneers.
Super Bowl in Tampa, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
He has to give it a run with Cam and Bill first, and then go up over to Tampa.
I think Juju in the coming weeks leading up, and I do think it will take weeks leading up to the draft, is going to get a rude awakening that teams are very aware of his personality, and they're very aware that he's a number 2 receiver, a very high-end number 2 receiver, but a number 2 receiver at that. And he's going to have to accept that you're going to need to expect lower usage and less money. You're not getting the top dog money. I'm sorry, Juju.
I say Juju goes to New Orleans for less money and plays down there under Sean Payton. Think something that a little bit more standard for him. Melvin Ingram.
Jameis Winston throwing the ball to Michael Thomas, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Alvin Kamara is fucking
interesting.
Yeah, with Sean Payton as the coach to like maybe brush up on like the less interceptions because Arians likes throwing interceptions for some reason.
And the guy got LASIK. He got his eyes fixed.
Which I don't understand why it took him this long to do either, though.
Yeah.
You're trying to prove you don't need it, and then all of a sudden you realize you suck, so you have to get it. I get it.
You could have gotten eye surgery. They would have fucking gotten you the best eye doctors in the fucking world if you asked Tampa to get your eyes checked out.
I see what you're saying, though, Ernest. It was a built-in excuse.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm with it. I'm glad it didn't pass over your head, Jet. Patrick Peterson still unsigned. Does he return to Arizona?
Patrick Peterson is signed to Minnesota.
Oh, perfect. This just isn't updated. I like that. That was you broke that, right? A little while ago, or did somebody else tell me that?
Jet broke that. I broke Kyle Van Noy.
That is right, Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, I like Patrick Peterson in Minnesota. They need it. They need a lockdown corner. Will Fuller is unsigned still. Does he go back to Houston?
How much money is he willing to take a cut on?
That's the big question, right? That's the whole reason he's an unrestricted free agent. I think eventually once the Deshaun deal is gone, they'll have enough money to bring back Will Fuller, whatever quarterback they have, if they're going to run with Tyrod Taylor or whoever.
Do you think he'd want to?
I think so. I mean, they gave him the starting gig right away as a rookie. He broke out there in Houston. I think they can give him a hometown discount, but right now Houston sports do not look good. So you have the cheating scandal with the Astros. You have the James Harden fiasco in the NBA, and now the Hopkins, Watt, and Watson fiasco with the Texans. Other than the Dynamo, there's really nothing much going on in Houston that would make a star want to stay there. Really tough.
You know what I have to say is an interesting development of the last couple of days?
What's that?
Is like 2 days ago when anyone talked about possible trade destinations for Russell Wilson, no one ever mentioned New England. And now every single person that I heard talk about a possible Deshaun Watson trade destination after the past 2 days was like, and now you got to look at New England.
Yeah, no, that won't happen. That definitely won't happen.
No, it won't happen because if Caserio turns around, his first move as GM is to send Deshaun Watson right back over to Bill Belichick. He's going to get fired immediately.
All I can say is I am so glad that the Bears signed Andy Dalton so I can quit hearing about the Bears getting Wilson and getting Watson. And it's over, folks. They are playing Red Dalton.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. Fucking Red Rock at the fucking Chicago.
Chicago gets Andy Dalton. That probably just sums up. So
how can one team butcher? I'm sorry to go on another rant here.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Butcher the fucking quarterback position so fucking bad. What, dude? They gave Jay Cutler a fucking $7 million, a 7-year, $120 million contract in like 2014.
You do not disrespect Jay Cutler.
And then
Smoking Jay.
They cut him like 2 years later. And then they drafted Mitchell Trubisky and had a Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And now
traded up to get Trubisky.
Yeah, and then you traded up to get Trubisky, and then you signed Nick Foles at ridiculous money to really decide what you wanted to do with Nick Foles and fucking Mitch Trubisky and 10 fucking tight ends. And then you're like, okay, well, I still have Nick Foles here, and I still have Mitch Trubisky here. Fucking Andy Dalton, let's go. Yeah. We'll have three below average quarterbacks.
It's hilarious.
Who needs one good quarterback when you could have three below average quarterbacks?
But if you combine all of them,
that's
a really good quarterback.
All of them. Yeah, if you combine all of them, that's like a halfway decent quarterback.
Something's brewing in Chicago. I can feel it.
You combine
they're gonna show up and there's just gonna be one person.
Love it.
Just fully combined. Red hair with a weird grin and then the clutch arm of Nick Foles. But they only play in the fourth quarter. They only clutch in the first and fourth quarter. And for some reason, everybody listening to this just pictured Tim Tebow. All right, so let's talk about three fantasy implication players before saying goodbye to everybody. Number one, Kenyan Drake, unsigned, still hasn't been, in the tampering period. Where does Kenyan Drake end up? Let's do predictions. Steve.
Since we keep hearing that New England is in on a running back, I'm going to say New England.
New England, Jet.
I took mine. I don't know. It feels like Jacksonville's signing everybody and they don't understand when they have something that's already good there. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
I'm going New Orleans. I think that's a good pick for him because I have another team stealing this one. Chris Carson. Steve, where does Chris Carson end up?
I could see him back in Seattle. Buffalo. Buffalo needs a real running back.
If they're not sold on Zach Moss.
Yeah, you need a guy that you can a workhorse of sorts.
Okay. All right, Jet.
I'm going to put Chris Carson in New England.
Oh, wow. Now,
we're going to have like 5 running backs. Chris Carson, Kenyan Drake, Sony Michel.
Oh, geez.
Ian Harris, Rex Burkhead. This is going to be great.
If Drake goes to New England, Jet, who would be your backup?
In New England?
Yeah, if New England's off the table, where does Carson go?
Oh, geez. Yeah, probably Buffalo. I even said that on another show that I thought that made a good fit. I just don't like the running backs in Buffalo, but I guess you got to give time.
I don't trust either of those running backs to carry a load if Allen's having a bad day or something. Not every game's going to go as good as they looked last year.
I get the philosophy that you want to be patient with young guys, but I just don't feel like you get to afford as much time with running backs because every rush is another tread on the tire. Right. So I don't know. How long do you wait for them to work?
Right. Completely understand. I'm going to say he goes and plays second fiddle in Baltimore, or he takes over at the Maha Stadium for Denver on a pay cut and takes over in Denver's backfield. Calling it right now.
Melvin Gordon's still in Denver though, isn't he?
Melvin Gordon. Yeah, it's all Chris Carson. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna take over.
I guess that would actually fit Denver's mold. They're like, yeah, we're not sure what we want to do with Drew Lock, but hey, we signed another running back.
That's it right there. They said that
John Elway is gonna go up and be like, hey guys, this one reminds me of Terrell Davis. John Elway said
it. Let's end off our free agent segment with T.Y. Hilton. Where is T.Y. Hilton playing next season? I'll start with Jet. That's your boy.
I want him to be in a Colts uni, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be possible just because we have so many upcoming contracts we're going to have to deal with like Quentin Nelson, Darius Leonard, that kind of stuff. So Colts fans, calm down. That's why we're not spending any money right now. We've got more important things to deal with later. So in saying that, I think T.Y. is going to end his career in Green Bay as the number 2 behind Devontae Adams.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see him with Aaron Rodgers. Steve.
I have Green Bay and New England.
New England again.
Oh, Bill could do crazy things with T.Y.
I could see T.Y. here on one of these type of deals that he's writing up for everybody so far that are just like somehow they don't touch the salary cap and the guys get paid really good money. It's brilliant.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for sure about that one, but New England's still in on wide receivers. That's been made clear by they were going after AJ Green. Did we touch on that? Yeah, we touched on AJ Green going to Arizona. It was between us and Arizona, so they're still in on a receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after a guy like Hilton.
In order, I have these teams: number 1, Miami; number 2, Los Angeles Raiders; number 3, the Houston Texans. If they can get them on a discount, those would be my top 3 teams where T.Y. can have a number 1 role.
Which Los Angeles?
Raiders.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry. Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry. Yes,
it's been a long episode.
Switch gears from college to NFL. That wraps up our NFL segment. We have more NBA, NFL action next week as we'll be talking about some of the latest NBA trends and games, returning our pick'em and fantasy football trivia for our football side. The good old fantasy boys, the good old boys fantasy football will be here next week to take on ITL and maybe some of you Labsters. So tune in, DM Into the Lab Pod if you want to be a part of that trivia segment. Win yourself a $25 gift card. We're taking singles, doubles, and teams. So get your favorite trivia people together. Fantasy football trivia next week. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Let me do some sign-offs here, and we'll start off with Jet. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Frostbite Pod, as well as on Facebook, Frostbite Sports Podcast. Type it in the search bar, you'll find us. So I'm going to leave us with this. If you're picking brackets and you're seeing 1 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, that's a problem. Just keep that in mind. Thank you.
That is a good sign off, Jed. Steve, talk to us.
You can find me on Twitter at Rasner_Steven. As of now, it is still the only social media I've been able to figure out. And I don't have any March Madness or anything predictions, but I'll give you this. New England will be back in the Super Bowl within the next 4 years. You can mark my words right here.
Oh, wow. Of all the guarantees we had tonight, that's got to be the worst one. You know what? I thank you guys so much for being a part of tonight's show. It was a long episode, but we want to do that bracket challenge. Thank you to everybody who commented, shared it, spread the word. Angela, I know you're out there. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight's stream. Ashley as well. Davis for the beginning. You guys, appreciate both of y'all for being on. Again, good luck to everybody. Hopefully you're through weekend 1 and you have a perfect bracket going and you can be, bragging to everybody because most people are out in the first 4 games. So kudos to everybody who's challenging it. Enjoy March Madness. Sit down, watch it. Unless you're working, watch it on the side. But have fun, guys. Thank you for joining Into Lab tonight. Have a good night.